Allah never promises you an easy life. Ever. If anyone's life was going to be easy, it would have been the Prophet of Allah. I was having lunch with a friend, and we were speaking about, those who think that when they come onto Deen, that all their problems are going to be solved. He said to me, brother, when I came onto Deen, I had a lot of problems in my life. And actually he had so much problems that he couldn't find solutions. So he thought that by coming onto Deen, that the next day he was going to wake up and what? Angels were going to start coming down from the heavens to start helping him out, It's a fitna because many, many young brothers, sisters, they all fall for this trap. And he said to me, wallah, he said to me that he had committed a crime that he had called for in the next 6 months, and his lawyer was telling him that you're possibly looking at 3 to 5 years. He had a $5,000 debt. He was young at the time. I think he said he was about 18. He was in maybe he was in about $4,000 or $5,000 debt. To him at the time, that was a big deal. And he was in this toxic relationship with this girl. And he said to me, brother, my life was a mess. He asked me, so I thought that if I started praying and I came onto Deen, that everything was going to be all right. So he started praying, and guess what happened? That court date was only getting closer. And that $5 grand debt was still there. And that toxic relationship wasn't going anywhere. He said, but you know what? He said, you know what the Deen did do for me? He said, it shifted the perspective on things. That's it. It gave things a meaning. He said, as I continued to pray, that fear of that court date became less in my heart. He said, and slowly I started to accept that, whatever Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala wants to give me, I'm happy. Didn't take away his court date. Didn't take it away. But it made it possible to deal with it, that's all. He said, and as I kept praying and I tried and I did whatever I could, he said, I started to realize that Allah owns the heavens and the earths. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is Ar-Razzaq. And that if Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala wants to give me the rizq for this little loan, I'm sure it's going to come somehow. So that stress was now diminished. He said, then as I started to get closer to my Deen, I started to realize, do I really want to have children with a woman like this? That's what the Deen does. Does it take away your problems? No. Actually, in some cases you get hit with more. But it gives you the tools to navigate through life. When your heart is filled with Allah and His Prophet, nothing can break you, nothing.